Me. I'm very excited to be here with you today. It's December 29th, which means, we really are almost in the new year. So, hi Enza, Susan, Sylvia, everyone else out there. How are you doing? Wonderful to see you. So this is a special spiritual weather report. I am Akasha, Nana Akasha. We've got links below if you want to go to the shop, if you want to get a soul reading. They're on sale right now. Woo! Annual soul reading sale. Time to stock up. And we've got an incredible new class, I guess, a process starting in January, in mid-January. And next week, we're going to get you a workbook, and it's called Design the Future Me, or You. And it's how you co-create with your higher self and with your soul blueprint instead of doing New Year's resolutions. And, next week, we're doing a soul reading show. So what we're going to do today is have a little celebration because 2022 has been pretty awesome. It's been pretty kick-ass. If you haven't had a lot of breakdowns, then some part of you forgot. If you haven't had a lot of breakthroughs, you haven't noticed them, because this is where we are. We're all in this process. So let's start by saying hello, 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 hello to everyone. And do some cleansing. So as you enter the sacred space with me, we're here inside of an Akashic temple. One of these are Infinity Healing Chamber. And in the Energy Cleanses class, I teach you all the structure and exactly how to activate it, and I highly recommend that. Now, there's a gold and silver cone of light above and below us, made from the 10th and 12th ray of creation. And these are conscious energies. They're coming in and bringing energy into the space. They're removing gently anything that's not optimal for you, for us. And we're wrapped inside the all-seeing eye, the Vesica Pisces, the sacred geometry where two become one and there's light. And we're surrounded by the flower of life, the Akashic Ascension sphere, and we are activated at infinity. So as you enter the space, remember that. Give yourself respect and love. Create a nice little nest where you are as we spend this time together. And do your own beautiful things. Light a candle if you like that. I love copal. I have a lot of other incenses. I use rosemary a lot. The last few days I've been using Palo Santo a lot, and I haven't for a while. Just like pop, I looked somewhere, there was a piece in a beautiful candle, so we've been having fun. So this is copal, yes, and this is a Mayan tree essence. It's a very, very sacred, has an incredible history to it, which means there's a lot of power and energy to it. It is very dark and smoky, and it is protective. It is cleansing. It sees through the dark. It pulls it out of you, whether it's physical, emotional, whatever it is. So we call on the sacred copal to clear and cleanse our bodies, minds, emotions, all levels of our light body, that we may begin to align with the future that is optimal, the possibility within our light bodies that our soul is directing us to. We are ready and willing and open and receptive to enter this sacred space in reverence. These aren't just words. This is a very high state of consciousness. And reverence means you don't drag along your self-doubts and your poor girl and your this, that, and the other person. It means you drop them at the door. Let this copal clear the darkness, unburden you, consciously, subconsciously, on all levels, and allow you to go in to this sacred space. Now, they're showing me that there's a golden path. It seems to be through very high mountains like Tibet or something, and it's coming into our sacred temple. The temple is then surrounded by this flower of life pattern in a sphere, and it's made of white light, pure light. The light that when refracted within you becomes the rainbow and the field of duality and possibility. So as you enter this space, you're being asked that 2023 is the next step towards your evolution, and where the path may seem long now, this is a vital step like all others, yet this is a more conscious step. Several years now, we have been leading you, we have been guiding you, we have been asking you to come forward, we've been asking you to let go of the fears long enough to see this golden path. And it's like this path is winding to this beautiful temple that we have, and it is lined with beautiful light beings and ascended masters. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I fall deeply, deeply into gratitude when this happens. So in this sacred space today, we're doing the spiritual weather report. We're looking into intuitively interpreting the powers, the cosmic galactic energies through astrology and through the powers of the sacred ancient traditions and connection to the beings above, below, and within that are of light. We are light. We are light. We ask to leave our darkness gently in these loving arms. Graciously allow and accept yourself to be unburdened as you move deeper into the sacred temple. There's a beautiful goddess in the sky over us, and she's a Hindu goddess. I'm just tuning in because she's enormous. She fills the sky. She's smiling down on us. And I'm not entirely certain right now if it is Shakti or another energy. This is a very loving mother-like energy, supreme mother-like being. All right, so I've been guided to look here, and this is a goddess, a Hindu goddess named Aditi, Aditi, and it says she's the first mother, which is what I knew was happening here. This is similar to Gaia, because Gaia isn't Earth. Gaia is that bigger, primordial, sacred feminine energy, but feminine and complete within itself. This Aditi is the first mother goddess of space, infinity, timelessness, protective goddess who helps you overcome obstacles. Namaste. What a beautiful blessing. Thank you so much. So feel yourself as you come. This is the time to unburden yourself. We're going to share and talk about it and explore what are the energies as in this container we call 2023. What is it that is the opportunity we have? How do we best navigate this weather, this trip, this quest? And the quest 2023, the lunar year of the water rabbit, we call on the sacred feminine energies of the divine water rabbit, the abundance, the mutability, the snuggling love, the ability to be love and to provide sustenance for so many while being gentle and peaceful and homey. The desire to nurture and care for self, family, home, knowing priorities. We call on the water goddess and the water energies because these water energies are purifying for us, that we may flow again with our sacred feminine intuition, despite the authorities that are trying to rise again. Through this year, we ask for the guidance and support, and we give great thanks for all that have aligned here. Feels now almost as if you're taking your clothes off, not to have to be naked in an embarrassing way, but like your identity, what you wear, the roles you play, they're hanging on you, and they're like heavy overalls, and they're like folding up and being placed gently into the arms of some very loving beings. And as we completely enter this sacred space, it has become a pine cone of crystal and light. Aditi is in the sky above. We can see and sense her present coming down. She is infinity. She is pure possibility. She is connecting us to the infinite potential of our future as a collective, as individuals, as a planet. She holds this space as the temple turns into an enormous glass or crystal pine cone. This is your pineal. This is your inner eye. This is your command center. This is your future. This is the temple for 2023 for us to come to. Namaste. The Lemurians are here, and there is another race of beings, and I don't know exactly who they are. They have bluish skin, very wide but tall, long, elongated heads. There's a light coming out of their brow, directly going across the top of the brows and up and down the center midline. They have very small, dark eyes, and they are tall and thin and very, very involved in the awakening of the third eye for 2023. Thank you. Now they are bowing to welcome you as you enter the sacred space even deeper. Our beautiful and beloved guide Thoth or Toth, the Atlantean priest king who came to enlightenment, who started Egypt, who rose from Atlantis to bring us the clues, bringing science and writing and magic, understanding of the light body and sacred geometry, understanding of time and dimension and space. He's also highly revered and has temples on Arcturus and is embodying the scribe, the teachings of this year are for you to watch, to witness, and to write. A scribe records, a scribe witnesses, a scribe receives, observes, senses, is quiet, offers no opinion, judges not, perceives more and more, looks behind, looks under, above and below, sits with it, allows it to open doors in the mind, in the heart. Be the scribe of your life, and you will be more closely aligned to the truth of who you are than anything you have ever done. You will know. You will know. You spend so much time in doubt So much effort in second guessing, back burners. Wait, stop, later. There's so much conversation of being confused, overwhelmed, uncertain. These are silly concepts. You have a center. Your light body knows the center that you are. It knows the balance, and it can balance in anything. The whole world can turn upside down in your mind, in your heart, in physical 3D. You will find your center. You will always find your center. Yet you've been afraid of your power and you've been not rooted. You must be in your own root. You must allow your Kundalini to speak. This cannot happen when one power is overpowering the other. And this has been the play, and this has been the story, and this is how you constructed your life, and this is why Saturn is coming to Pisces this year. Saturn is coming to Pisces this year. How can that be? All that strictness, all that structure, all that limits. No, all that authority. Coming back to your intuition, coming back to you. Write the story. Co-author. You do not know, and you do not need to know so much. Yet you were told to wait. Wait till you know. Wait till you have. Wait till you see. Wait till, wait till, wait till, wait till, wait till, wait till, wait till. Until that voice in the heart can no longer be heard. The wisdom of the Ankh is coming back. The Ankh is you. You are everlasting life. You've seen me. We've left you pictures. We've shown you. We feed the Ankh into those who reclaim their authority, their royalty. You see the picture of a pharaoh and you think of it from your current mind, that it is not correct. This is instructions for you. I am here. We are here. You say yes, and we will feed you. We will remind you that you too can be not only the receiver of eternal life, because it's already there, but the receiver that then fills and overflows, that receives from above and receives from within and receives into this beautiful throat that you do not understand yet. This is so important. It has been separated and choked and strangled. It has been held back and it has been limited, and everything in this area is not just about you speaking and swallowing food. You must understand that you have powers and strengths and wisdom and expertise. You've had time to simmer, become the sage. You, like me, have a part of you that has been rejuvenating in the flower of life, the fire of life within Gaia. This part of you rises, and Saturn is coming in, and it will come in. It will come in strong this year, and Mars will be there saying, let's make it happen. Yet, when you rise and become the scribe, what are you scribing with? Your heart and your hands, and your head and your heart and your hands. How do you connect those? In the throat. You must take what comes to you and write it. Ask now that Saturn be the structure holder, the architect, the builder of the strength and the foundation that moves with you through the change, that stands strong to the masculine energies as they come and pour over you. This is not the time to go back into fear, to think that you've been defeated. It is not. It is the time to go within like the rabbit, to go into that warm den under the earth. Come into Gaia. Aditi is here because she holds an energy of the mother you have never experienced, the infinite mother. And with infinite wisdom and love, you can now touch that higher part of your infinite self. 2023 will again move up and down and through and this and in and out. You will have many portals, many moons, many eclipses. You will have many conjuncts and many alignments and all your transits. And what does it mean? It means that you're in the play together. And you will have Saturn. And it will say, this is my structure, and I am stepping into my authority. You are my mentor to be my own authority. And that authority moving into my dreams, me becoming the authority of my dreams, me becoming the dreamer, the creator, me standing up strong like the strict authoritarian in my intuition, being the authority of my boundaries and saying no boundaries that anyone else sets. This becomes your quest. Can you turn what you thought into the powers that support and hold you? Can you embrace your true inner intuitive self? Can you bring your light body back to light? We are here this year to support you, and Aditi is the loving mother you've never had. She knows nothing of judgment. She knows nothing except infinite perfection and love and beauty and possibility. We hold you, the masculine and the feminine, in this year of 2023. And we will be calling in during your celebration today others who are here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, okay. Didn't expect that. Thank you. Wonderful. Oh my. Take a moment. I love Thoth. I love him so much. And here you can see, somewhere here you can see, right. This is Thoth here. Blink. I brought him from Egypt, and he has been one of my guides and teachers. He is the teacher of Light Body School, and a lot of my things came through him, through some of my other mentors with Melchizedek and Metatron. Okay, let me just make sure everything's going okay. Good. Hi. Blue avians. Wow. Blue avians. That's right. We had these blue beings, and I saw them the other day in a Starseed session, and they were sending this very strong message to the person I was doing the session with, and just drawing it badly. I'm going to have to look that up because they're not Syrians. Syrians are often blue, but this light was coming through their, right between their eyes, and it went up over through, dividing their head basically a little bit down the nose and then over the eyebrows like this. So, okay. Wow. Thank you. So I want to just welcome Ganesha is always a part of everything I do because he's remover of the obstacles. And didn't they just told us Aditi also removes obstacles. So what beautiful guides to have. We always have Ishel. She is the Mayan goddess of the rainbow, women, abundance, and so on. Very rabbit energy. She has the rabbit. The rabbit in the moon is often depicted with her. She pours energy on us. We have Buddha and Kuan Yin. This is the flower of life that's around us. And Kukulkan, Bast here, Jaguar here, and all of our crystals, and lots of wands. Thank you very much, everyone. Turtle energy, which is also Gaia energy, is very powerful here at my house because we have turtles born. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's, oh, wow. Anybody get anything through that? I'm curious what you saw, felt. I'm just going to bring, hopefully you can hear that. Great. So that's what the celebration is. We've invited in the beings that want to be here to create the container for us, because moving into 2023 is quite a big deal. It was really interesting to me. I'm going to share with you about the energies coming, but that both brought up some of the energies that are happening this year and gave us a really different perspective. So I'm going to get this transcribed. If you're interested in it, please let me know. Also, I'm going to be doing a dolphin communication and healing retreat live in the Mayan Riviera. It may be the last time we'll ever be able to do that. We're going to spend 1 full day and 2 half days with dolphins, playing, kissing, healing them, communicating with them, meditating with them. It's incredibly powerful. A lot of my clients who came to my previous retreats, you get blissed out, they recalibrate you, they heal you, and it's important. So it's going to be mid-February. We're putting the final details together. However, if you're interested, it's very important to email me. So email ASST@nanakasha.com if you have any interest in it, so we can then send it to you, because we're going to do 1 or 2 pyramids as well. We're going to do Mayan pyramids at dawn, sacred energies, either by ourselves on Koba or Tulum at dawn. And we're going to have a sacred ceremony live with Christians. So if you've done any of the online ones, we're going to be over there. And hopefully I'll be able to rent the cenote, which are these underground caves with water, where we're going to have that sacred ceremony. And we have this cenotes to ourselves. We do purification in there. And we're going to have a cacao ceremony at my favorite chakra temple in the jungles of Sakbe with my Mayan goddess, my cacao goddess. She's a Mexica, actually. Beautiful, wonderful Michelle. So there's a lot more I could share. It's most important just to watch for that. And we're having the annual soul reading now, and sale, and the future you is happening. So this is a new way of intuition awakening and the Akasha Mystery School of the Infinite Self to help you realize that you don't want to go into a new year with old habits. You don't want to go into a new year with resolutions that make you feel guilty, or think about last year I was going to do that, and then instead of losing weight, I gained 10 pounds, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? I don't care. Right? Just boring. Okay. Not your life is boring, but these old patterns are boring. And so I want to show you how to co-create, how to tap into your soul blueprint. We're going to actually do it together, and then you'll be able to repeat that. And over 3 sessions with a beautiful workbook that by the end of it, we're going to put all together for you that you could print out if you want, is to give you into the taking back your authority of creating your life, of deciding how to create your life, and not doing it from your mind or from what your husband, father, son, daughter, teacher, family, past life self, whatever wants. Okay? No, thank you. Hi, Layla, Rebecca, Damaris, and Julie. Hello, Julie, Sandra, and so Damara says, I was visited by Divine Mother 2 nights ago, and she looked and felt exactly as you described her. I could see, it was so vivid. It was like looking at It was like looking at a painting, but this is not the right colors. This is not what I saw. But it was like looking at this. The temple that we were creating, we were going into was here. There was a long line of beings, and then, but this Aditi was in the sky. Now this is Divine Mother, Prakriti, sorry. And I knew, I was trying to think, so don't think. That's what I teach you in Intuition Awakening, don't think. So I was trying to think, oh, is it her? It's not her. I knew it wasn't her because this is right here on my desk all the time to hold the Divine Feminine energy along with Kuan Yin and everyone. And my daughter, Jordan. And so... So I actually clicked onto Google and quickly put a Hindu goddess, and then I just went like that, and then it wow. So the image was she had dark hair and soft face, smiling and kind of draped over and from her shoulders up. So I'm excited. I'm going to make a note of that. Aditi. Driti? I don't know. I'm going to have to look it up. Mother and Thoth. So our beloved Thoth is here with us. Hooray! Hi, Thothi. So if you want to take a look, I love him so much. Thoth, not the statue, but I do love the statue too. Okay, so we're just going to bring him forward since he's being one of our 2023 guides. That was fun. I didn't expect that. I don't go in expecting or wanting any of my current particular guides to be a part of it. I'm always open. So we got that one, and we have possibly blue avians. I know that the Lemurians were going to come through and are going to come through again because they're very active with me right now. I have clients that are Lemurians or are working with the Lemurians. They came into several sessions. They came into one of these spiritual weather reports recently. So, okay, so we're going to, no, we are not. Okay, never mind. I have to go over here and I'll be right back. I have to get my one deck because the Lemurians would like us to pull some cards. Here, my darlings. Okay. Wonderful. All right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So this is the deck. And put this back on. This is the deck. Love it, love it, love it. Still really fairly new using it because every time a card comes up, it is so dense, so thick, so in depth, like this card. This card just blows my mind. This is exactly what I see and stuff. And so we're going to ask for the Lemurians is what kind of support, what message is optimal for us at this time as we complete 2022, as we begin 2023, as we operate inside of these energies that are going to be unfolding this year, our new eclipse cycles, those really define the year, the transits, and our collective and individual empowerment and awakening. Let's see here. There we go. You can relax and just give permission. You're in a safe, sacred space, all right? You know, nothing other than what is optimal for me can enter. So if you feel fear, it's coming up to be released. There's everything you need here to help you process anything that might come up, and you might be getting ideas, so you might want a notebook. And now just open your consciousness and your heart and say that I'm ready and willing, and I'm open and receptive to connect with the Lemurian consciousness of light and love as it is optimal for my highest good at this time. And right now we're asking for the collective advice from the Lemurians for 2023. All right. Awakened awareness. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. All right, look at this, incredible. Now, we read the card by the symbols, the colors, how you react to it. Of course, the words awakened awareness is an excellent message. So the Lemurians want to help us with the awakening that we're having. And the awakened awareness means that you're no longer thinking you're awakening or waiting to awaken or wondering if you're awakening. It means you're aware that you're awakening, which is when change happens, because it's in the now. That's what I feel and I see. Now, this is a 17, and it's got a little pyramid here, and that means an 8. An 8 is, to me, an infinity symbol going from above and below, connecting us, between the worlds, us between Gaia and the higher part. Okay, so now let's look at this a little bit deeper. It's what I would call this is a lotus, right? This looks like a lotus all around the outside, and even this part, like it's opening, and inside is an eye. This is your pineal. This is your third eye. So this is confirmation to me that yes, a lot of what we're doing this year is going to really be strong in the third eye. What I've been getting is Kundalini and third eye. And third eye means command center to me. That's crown and third eye, pituitary and pineal. So this is your inner eye awakening, and awakened awareness means that it's time to take responsibility for that, to develop that. Now, there's some beautiful like jewels or drops framing this on all sides, and that's very significant because it's a sign of support and balance. It's showing you that the 4 directions, the things that help hold time and space, a lot of the things. Interesting. I hadn't thought about that. This Aditi, you said it right, Aditi, and those both hold the keys to the infinite. So, and that's the square. The square is extremely sacred. So we have the 4 corners or the 4 directions holding jewels. The jewels are kind of purple to me. So this is more royalty and more purple crown, higher vibration. Now, you notice that as the 1,000-petaled lotus, so to speak, right, in your head starts to open, there's almost like the eye is still hidden inside. And this looks very sharp to me. This is not soft and feminine and petals that, you know, how a petal would feel. These are very sharp geometric shapes, and they seem to almost be like, to me, a pokey prison that the eye is within. Perhaps if a wall broke or something that's been like a calcification of the pineal gland. Oh, wow, we're inside of a giant pineal gland. That's right. Wow, that was very cool. Ooh, I'm so excited about this year. And, and Ankhs too. I'm going to have to listen to this, get these energies. Ankh and the pineal temple. Okay. And so, also, look at the energies. This is red, could be root energy, could be power energy. It's the first ray. It tends to be more Mars energy, more anger energy, more sharp energy. So to me, this is saying that as you awaken your awareness above and below, as the Sacred 8, the Lemurians are letting us know that around here, right, it's a beautiful, cleansing, soft, blue ocean. There's a glow to the edge of the petals. So we are awakening. And the awareness is to realize that we're still inside of some of those very serious, severe, pokey beliefs. Okay, we're still inside of some of these masculine paradigms that we're going to see actually swing back. Unfortunately, the pendulum is going to swing a little back towards looking like the masculine. Lots of planets in masculine signs. That means they're going to be playing things out, but I'm going to show you that you have a choice. And you have a choice as an individual to not listen to the negative speak, the culture speak, the blame speak, the story out there, to see it all that way. Even if war breaks out, whatever it is, even if there's a tornado tragedy, whatever it is, you're not going to see it from these pokey things, yet you're still deep inside of that. So you will see some perspectives of that. And what you have to realize is, can that eye see the petals that are opening? It can't. That's very significant. That the eye cannot see that the soft petals are opening, that there's all this beautiful glow, light, and so on, and purification around it. Who it really is, that's you, okay? So that was a very significant card. Let's just see if the Lemurians have anything else. Let's take a closer look at the eye. All right, let's see what we have here. Just counting the petals, it doesn't seem to really mean anything. But let's go ahead and put that there. Now, I want to just tune in and see if the Lemurians want to say anything more on that. If you feel something, please align or share it. So this is, according to the Lemurians, this is the last of the elemental cards. That's what they call these, elemental cards. So this awakened awareness is an elemental card for some reason. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but okay. This is letting us know that what is coming for 2023 is being able to go or see beyond the veil, clearing distortion. You can see how there's distortion all around, but the eye now has a clear view out. And illusion, awareness of what's running us subconsciously. That's a very good one. That's really seeing these pokey, hard patterns. Communing with our God force, energetic sovereignty, your own authority, growth outside your comfort zone. Oh yeah, you're going to feel like wanting to go like a bat out of hell in the beginning of the year, okay? So we're going to have, in about 3 weeks into January, there's going to be no planets in retrograde, and it's going to feel like, rah! Then you're going to have Mars energy. You're just going to have all this energy that's making, let's do it, let's make it happen, let's go. And I want you to never take an action without allowing that inner intuitive self to really come to center and guide you through it. Don't waste that energy, but don't allow it to push you to run around and waste it on old conditioning, like run. So remember that you're conditioned to be in this physical reality, and it's a distortion of truth. We've taken energies and we've asked them to create this stuff, right? And so we want to realize this is a distortion of energy. If you break a glass, it's no longer holding the shape of a glass. It releases the energy, sound, glass everywhere, power, whatever, right? Okay. Now, see. I do. Which cenote? Oh, Julie. I don't remember if you came to the Jaguar Vision Quest. It was Chicken Ha, and they have multiple ones. I rented it for just us a couple times, and we went into the water one that was like a partial cave and toned at the back. And then another time we went to the sacred cave at the back with Christian after hours in the dark to do a ceremony. Oh my gosh. Hi, Cheryl. Hola. Oh my goodness, Cheryl, you got to send me a new message. Sorry, Donna's not here. She was here yesterday, so it was like my only day in 2 weeks that have help. And I am taking time off. Okay. Just tuning into all of you. See what else the Lemurians want to say. They want to say, I'm sweating, a lot of energy going on here. Okay. Yes. The distorted view that you have of reality comes from, well, I would call them beliefs. They're look like sticks. Sticks, like you pick up the stick and it's now in your possession and it is part of your life. It's almost like a wand and it's a decision, and you're pointing at things and you're clearing things with it, and you keep using this stick, which is like certain beliefs. And if the stick can't move it, find it, clear it, pick it up, then it's not true. And they're just like, chuck these sticks, just chuck them into a pile. We can light them on fire. And your solar plexus has to be freed from illusion, because the illusion is keeping you from your power. And the energies this year could be very overwhelming, the amount of power. And the amount of masculine energy that's rising means you have to hold that inner power. So chuck the sticks, light your own fire in your solar plexus, and no way. Okay, this is the card from the Lemurian deck. So this is the solar plexus, and it says radiant illumination. Now, to me, this is quite nice because, of course, we have the sun and the solar plexus, but we have this whole plexus, right? We have this whole sphere that is radiating in the background, almost like an eclipse. You see this? And it's like the light is there even in the dark. This looks like the dark, and then it looks like the reflection of this is above an even bigger sphere of the light. And so from this darkness, doesn't it look like a seed opening and then another seed opening, expanding the roots or the wings? And these are often very interesting to look at upside down. Seeds coming down. So crown, third eye, whoop, 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 pineal, right down here. Beautiful. Radiant illumination. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to have one more message from the Lemurians. I keep hearing that they want you to ask questions, okay? So don't ask, what's the best thing for me to do? Ask something that's a collective question, or a question about how to handle something if things don't look like they're going the right way, or how to stay attuned to your intuition through. Okay, let's ask that. So how can we stay attuned to this deep inner feminine love, and how can we remember to go into the center of that little burrito of love when this tortilla surrounding us is all this heavy masculine energy? How can we stay attuned to that? Well, they're showing me that solar plexus again. Okay. Shine your light. So this is a beautiful being. The number is 44. And it's a mermaid type of being for those of you who love mermaids. She's got a third eye crown, three-layered tetrahedron, very significant, almost like antlers, long hair, some of it's braided, turning into antennas, and more sensors coming from her, more tails, more things that are sensing. And then what's most significant is she is shining her light down into the depths of the emotion from her palm portals in her hands and out from her heart and around her. Shine your light. So You shine your light through your palms, portals. Shine your light down into the deep depths of your emotion. You can shine your light out. You see how it's kind of coming from the core here, coming out from the throat, heart, center. What happens when you shine your light? People see you. People could criticize you. People could tell you you can't. People could tell you no. Did any of you learn the message that said, don't ask, just ask for forgiveness later, don't ask for permission? I really did not live this way until later in my life. Shining your light can be very, very scary. I want you to look at the reflection that's happening here, right here over the sacral, in the heart, the diamond here, and the duplicate of it here. You see that there's more going on inside of this tetrahedron diamond shape. There's another one inside of it. There's fractals. This one has 3. This one has 3. That's gorgeous, gorgeous solar. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Money, 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 and wealth. So one energy that is going to happen in 2023 is, remember the 3. It's Trinity. It's coming from unity 2 to 3. Now this is you and your higher self and your infinite self, or you and your higher self, your soul blueprint, and your infinite self. And these 3 are coming online, which to me is why I believe the feminine is rising. But what I've realized after really looking deeper into the energies of 2023, and there's so much that it'll unfold through the year, and we'll be here with the spiritual weather report. We're going to start doing them on Thursdays, so you have them the week before. And I'm also going to start talking about eclipses 6 weeks before, full moons a few weeks before, so we can start to prepare you better as you go through the year. So overall, I want you to realize and recognize that the new identity that you're becoming is clearly going to be challenged the more that we access our intuition. In my world, with my students begging to get started again. I'm doing some more Starseed sessions today. Wow, this is like the number one session right now. The soul readings will be the next most popular one. So January and February, I do a lot of sessions. If you want one for the new year, you can get the soul reading now. And we're doing a lot of the Starseed sessions because it's part of your soul blueprint. It is part of your makeup. And wow, I've never seen some of this stuff. I've never heard of some of these planets. I've never understood the energies. I never understood how many different ways that your star seed could unfold to you. And so on that note, we're being called to, I didn't realize that, to the Starseed deck. This is the Starseed deck. And I think it's Rebecca Campbell. It's beautiful. Isn't that interesting? You see this? This is a tetrahedron again. This is the chamber that we're in, the pyramid above and below. This is a sacred geometrical shape, and it's also the other direction. And it was one in this card here, right there in the heart. All right, so your starseed powers, origins, missions, schools. I had no idea Thoth was so connected to Arcturus. Found that out in a session yesterday. Really fascinating. And there's a purpose for it. It's not just like, I'm a Gemini with a, this and that, or whatever that means. It does mean something very, very significant if it comes through in a session with me, because it's relevant right now. So what is the message for 2023 for us from the stars, from our star seeds? Remember, Earth is a star too. So you are a star seed of Earth first, not first like you incarnated here first, but first in this life, because you're right here. Oh, wow. I got this card yesterday. Star ancestors. So our star ancestors are here. Again, this is what we're seeing. Check this out. That's Thoth right there. That's Thoth. There's Thoth being the scribe. This is Isis with the Wajet on her head, which is the bird showing awakened eye, spirit connection. And this is the pyramids showing a door. So I've been to the pyramids a couple of times. I spent 4 hours, 2 days in a row, alone with our group in the King's Chamber / Queen's Chamber, depending on where you ended up, chanting and doing ascension work, mind-blowing. And so this is telling us that the hidden secrets that have been hidden here, Thoth has hidden, and many more mysteries of information that we need to understand now because we are star beings. These hidden secrets, lost wisdom are coming up. So for all of us to look a little deeper, look into your origin. We are working with the pyramid so much in the light Akashic Light Reader certification, which is a part of Intuition Awakening. We manifested, we entered a crystal pyramid, this type of pyramid. Now remember, this pyramid is the exact, this tetrahedron above and below at the heart, right? It's a pyramid above and a pyramid below. Now, the door being there is very interesting. It doesn't really look like that in reality. In 3D reality, but it's saying look a little deeper. You're being invited to go into the sacred mysteries, and this is the pyramid of on your head, on the crown. So we're really being told about the third eye and the crown opening, the pyramid energy becoming big, the sacred and ancient wisdom, and then significance again. This is Orion. See these 3 stars? This is the Orion belt, and we all come through this at some point to manifest here. Now, Thoth is actually holding, he's holding one of his staffs. It's got the lion head on it. And there's another being here. And here. And then behind her too. So this is really telling us we're connecting with the stars. We're connecting with our star ancestors. We're going deeper into our star wisdom. Fantastic. Gosh, thank you. So star ancestors. Woo! Okay, let me see what you guys have to say, and then we're going to go. We're going to be doing a meditation, and then I want to do, there's some other channeling, and yeah. Yeah, Ekbalam. I've been being called there. I think we're going to go there in the next 2 weeks. Hi, Amy. Oh, I was thinking about you. How best to balance the solar plexus to truly be our most authentic self? Muy excelente. I love this question. Julie said the light shining from her heart and throat looks and feels like wings. Yes, it does. Is this her here? Yeah, this must be one you're talking about. Yeah, there's just wings, and all kinds of things. But you know what's interesting about this to me is the human and the mermaid. The Capricorn is this way, right? It's a water sign. I mean, it's an earth sign, but it has a tail. And so it's often bottom half of the goat is a fish tail. And wow, you know, that means that you can, I could be a fish and be in the air and be in all those different places and all those different beings. So there's our solar plexus. Okay, good. And here's our star ancestors. Fantastic. Okay, so let's tune in because I love these questions, and we're going to dive into, so collectively, let's think about Amy's question, how to best balance the solar plexus to be truly our most authentic self. Well, the first thing I'm seeing are these stars of Orion or something. And I feel a lot of animal energies. Let me just see here. Solar plexus. Yes, it feels like the spirit animal oracle, Colette Baron Reed, is going to be a channel for us. How do we best balance our solar plexus energies as we enter and navigate through this divine time? We ask that we continue to become aware and awakened, connected, guided, and understanding our path as a quest, understanding that we are here absolutely at the right moment and the right time. We are meant to be here, we are designed to be here, and we're ready to be that present, calm being who owns the power. How can we be our most authentic self? Okay. The antelope spirit, life is speeding up. Well, that's no lie. Very interesting. So the antelope spirit says life is speeding up. It's a number 2, which is interesting. So that means that you coming out of this year, 2022, as unity, and I like how the antlers are almost like a DNA spiral. They are the 2 spiraling, creating 1. It's speeding up because you can accept your divine ability to reunite, to be in form. There's a lot of speed here. There's a lot of dust or something flying off the back as the speed accelerates. It's interesting to me that this is not an accident, I don't believe, in these kinds of cards, that this pattern up here, the sacred flower, is coming directly into the third eye area and has this. So to me, it looks like it is feeding or reconnecting to the third eye. As you speed up, there's a guidance system. There's no feet on the ground. So very important to remember, you're not really speeding up the way that you used to. Now over here, they're showing us a little bit more. So why do we need solar plexus, authentic self, to speed up? Well, our authentic self, or what we would call our authentic self, they're sort of saying that's an outdated term because in higher dimensions, see this close up here, how prominent these are. These are coming out of the crown or the third eye. These are very powerful antennas and almost define the space above the head, like the solar disc that you see or other discs that you see on the head, representing a connection to the divine, to the higher self. So how does this help us answer the solar plexus authentic self question? So life is speeding up, and we have to be guided through the third eye. Run on air. Feel these sacred shapes, although they are designs in a sense for this, they are holding very sacred energies, unfolding energies, blooming energies. What's behind this guy here? Not even sure what that is. But you see how this looks like a pineal or a drop or an eye on its side. And it's blooming and opening and blooming and opening. So I would like to just tap in a little bit deeper to this. Well, definitely to be your authentic self, you have to go faster. You have to trust more. You have to stop trying to figure it out on the way. You have to start to leap and soar. You have to use your antennas, and you have to tap into your DNA or change your DNA. They're showing speed up will shift the DNA. Okay, that's coming through pretty strong. Let's see if there's something else that jumps out. The quickening of your personal evolution as a powerful co-creator. So that would make sense in the solar plexus. So you have to be the co-creator, and the speeding of your personal evolution, which we know is happening. But when you do this work, my work or Amy's work, or this kind of energy work, body work, light body work, chakra work, multidimensional work of any kind, you're really tapping into the real world through the illusion. And you really do have to realize you're a co-creator, that this was the inspiration for the future you. I think there's going to be several, because I've been wanting to do it for all of last year. How can we start to create with the future me? There's multiple potentials, there's multiple timelines, and which is the optimal one? Well, I have to step up and start to embody some of it, right? And the faster I go, the higher my vibration, the higher my speed, the more I can communicate at these higher levels. And that is going to be accepting that we're a powerful co-creator. Unequivocally, it's time to get moving, set your intentions, take action towards making your dreams real. There's an intensity you can feel, and it's important to take advantage of this energy right now. If you have a plan, I don't like that. Financial abundance, now is the time to step up, and also potentially in relationships. So those aren't true for everyone, but however, that really matches the energy that's going to happen in a few weeks is, and then we're going to move into March, where there's going to be some energies that play around war. The Ukraine thing, the Putin thing, these are just energies, right? These are players acting out the energies of what's happening. I love that. Thank you, Amy. That was an excellent answer and a question. I appreciate all of that. Sylvia, can we ask both the relevance of the Emerald Tablets for us at this time? I'm being called to reread them, reread them, put them under your pillow, read them again, open it every day, read one page, just read part of the translation, just read a paragraph of there, contemplate it, talk to him, call on him. Oops, my little lucky cat fell down. It is never far from me, okay? I've studied this and studied this and studied this and studied this and slept with it and rewrote parts of it with him, created a book called Thoth Book of Magic, and all kinds of things. This is phenomenal. It is extremely encoded and esoteric. However, just reading it or looking at it will start to open the codes within you. This is what Thoth is super awesome at. So that's the answer to that. And that's true for everybody. And if you're feeling called 100%, he calls everyone, okay, at some point, whether you relate to him here or in a different way. And just wanted to share, because I'm sure others are in the group are feeling upper heart energy. To me, it feels the lower neck vertebrae. I also have been treating this area with clients. Well, the higher heart here is the first time in so long, I think since the fall or whatever, that the higher heart is willing to be opened. And it's taken time. I've had, over the last few years, I've had clients where in a soul reading, first thing I do is tune in, you tell me whatever's going on, and then we go into sacred space. And we do anything. We go anywhere. Thoth may come. Other beings may come. We do a healing. We do a past life regression. We retrieval. We go in the Akashic record. Whatever needs to come up, that's what a soul reading is. I pull everything that I do out, and that's what we do. And it was... started to see the higher heart chakra. It was just shut. It was like, nope, you cannot enter. Why? Because it connects the throat and this upper chakras and the divine energy and the vast resources of the cosmos with your physical body and your heart. And it is the creation center. So it is opening. I did start to see the last few years where it looked like a door appeared, where there were just walls. It was just a fortress. We don't even bother to go here. Then there was a door, but it wasn't open and there was no way to access it. And then there was something put outside the door, like the higher heart or the higher self said, okay, here. And one or more persons had a little library, like, okay, we put the door and we lined some shelves and we've put some information out. Now that's all we're going to do right now. You study that information. So you do want to start to pay attention to the higher heart, because it is awakening in very different ways for everyone. And it's not something that's just going to blow wide open. There is too much still happening. We're going through the metamorphosis, okay? We're not even halfway through the breakdown, the caterpillar, breaking down into goo. Okay. Yeah, the wings from there, the wings from the neck vertebrae right here. I've been working with my posture a lot because all of this is starting to go into freezing because I do this too much and I have to pull back into being myself. So this, like you said, this place in the back where the lower neck is, that is throat and higher heart. So it's really very interesting play. You're so welcome, sweetie. There's a lot of wings. There's the wings that open in your crown, in your third eye. There's a lot of eyes. There's a lot of these kinds of energies that are awakening. So however you feel them or perceive them, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Okay, now, what are we doing? Oh, okay. So this book is a book I've had a very long time. You can see how worn it is. And I didn't have books with me for a long time, and I got rid of almost all the books, and I had a lot of books that I owned when I decided to get rid of everything and start to travel the world. Ended up here living in the Yucatan, and last year brought my few things that I had left, and this was one of the books, and I was delighted. So I've read a lot of his books. His name is Joseph Murphy. He writes, it's old books. They're printed in India. He was a thought leader about how to understand your thoughts. He talks a lot of Bible. Okay, and I didn't used to be a Bible person, and I didn't like things that talked Bible. I can understand it now, and I actually find it very interesting to see a different interpretation of what things mean in the Bible, because he sees it as instructions on light body and manifesting and being the creator of your own reality. So what's really spectacular about this book is that it has all these different stories, but all these different things that come together. And recently, okay, you're not going to show that to me. So we're going to go ahead and get together and receive a message, because we do have some energy this year that is going to accelerate money, wealth, earthly possessions, home, and relationships, that kind of things. And this, with the Venus energy that's going to go into retrograde at one point this year, is going to give you the love, inner love, self-love, retrograde going within, to start to realize that you have an infinite power to be rich, to be wealthy. Okay. Thank you so much. So we were calling on the spirit of Joseph Murphy and his wisdom, and ask for guidance for this year of 2023 around our infinite powers within our infinite self and our light body makeup, to be rich in mind, happiness, relationships, rich in body, rich in the ways that make the most difference to us, and free the stress. Not to make the riches responsible, but to align back to our true abundant selves. Well, the first thing he said was, don't hoard. Don't think being rich means hoarding. It's a very different paradigm. All right. Okay. Well, okay. Life will reward you when you believe and accept success as your divine right. Life will reward you when you believe and accept that success as your divine right. A divine right isn't like, I have to fight for my rights. It's not fair. There's injustice. It just says this is who you are, and this is why we're changing our identity, and things are dropping and falling away in our life because, let's make sure this is here, because of the ability for things to really color how we see things, okay? All right. Money is a medium of exchange. So if you want a way to become financially secure, and I have issues with some of the wording, because secure, the way you might perceive secure is, oh, I have a lot of stocks, and I own a lot of houses, and I have a lot of money in the bank, and I own this and I own that, so I'm fair. People can lose all of that overnight, so that is not security. But finances, money is a medium of exchange. It's a symbol of freedom, beauty, luxury, power, refinement, and rich and joyous living. Money may be looked upon as a divine idea, maintaining the economic health of the nations. It should be used wisely, judiciously, and constructively. You become financially secure by impressing in your mind that money is not only good, but very good, and it blesses mankind in countless ways. In your mind, continue to imagine that you are a distribution center, that you possess all sorts of riches, and that you are bestowing these blessings on others. As you do this, you're opening the way for still greater supplies to flow in. Your motive is right, and you know in your heart that you have the right to plenty of money. Expect it to flow in avalanches of abundance. Your security and happiness are the results of the wise use of the power and wisdom that is in your subconscious mind. That's the secret to that entire comment, okay? Don't get lost in the, oh, there's going to be $1 million for me tomorrow, okay? When your motive is right, this means you have to have right intention. You have to be aligned with your soul purpose. You have to not be in this for greed. You have to not be chasing money to solve your fear. Okay? It's not what it's for. And if you chase it out of fear, it's going to be filled with fear. So, you know in your heart, okay, there's plenty. Expect it to flow in avalanches of abundance. Your security and happiness are the results of the wise use of the power and wisdom resident in your subconscious mind. Use the power and wisdom in your subconscious mind wisely. Beautiful. Fantastic. Thank you. That was a lovely, lovely, lovely message. Okay, so now let's dive into a little bit of this. So we're going to wrap up with our meditation in a few minutes. And hello, where are you? Here you are. Yes, here you are. Dun, dun, dun. Oh no, I don't want to share with you. Aha. Okay, good. So hopefully you are seeing my screen here. And so this is our infinite show for spiritual guidance and astrological powers for 2023. So we've been receiving some beautiful healing and cleansing. We've tuned into a divine, sacred, masculine and feminine energy. We've reconnected to the really deep powers that we have that Thoth has taught us throughout the ages. And he's also suggested, thank you, Sylvia, for everyone to read the Emerald Tablets. I do want to let you know, January 5th, I am going to be... All right, that looks weird. So at 10 a.m. Central, I'm going to be doing live soul readings with you guys. And I can't remember right now. I think around the 14th, we'll send this to you. We're going to have an infinite conversation. So the infinite conversations are going to be what's happening 2023 predictions. And Donna Selhorn, my favorite astrologer, is going to come on and talk about the Chinese Year of the Rabbit. Very relevant, in my opinion, because that is the sacred feminine energy wrapped inside of this tortilla of masculine energy. Design the future you, co-creating with your higher self and your soul blueprint. Join me for that. And don't miss the annual year-end sale of the soul readings. They're on sale through the 8th, okay? Okay, so let's just dive into some of these powers. We've talked about them, both talked about them. And so 2023 is a 7-year, right? And 7, so what is 7? 7 in itself is a number. It's often considered very lucky or very spiritual, but it represents connections, as well as spiritual connections. And it is that seeking of higher questions, higher understanding. All right, so that's part of the energy. And the year begins with a very rare moment. We have a rare double retrograde followed by a quick shift, like I mentioned, to no retrogrades about 3 weeks into January. So Mars and Mercury are both in retrograde, and it's been 80 years since we entered a new year with these two in retrograde. That tells you how rare that energy is. What does it mean? Well, Mercury is mental. It's the mind. The mind creates reality. It is also the messenger. And when it's in retrograde, it's in the subconscious. It's bringing you messages through inner voices, through subconscious, through poking up old things. Mars is the quintessential maybe warlike. I don't like that idea, but that masculine energy of power and the ability to use it. Now, everything you can choose, everything you can choose, everything you can choose. Do not ever get into these kinds of cosmic energies and hand your power over to them. Oh no, these energies. I was feeling like this was a sacred feminine rising year, and I still believe that. But when I discovered that, wow, we're really going to have a pendulum swing. We're really going to have a backlash of some really powerful masculine energies rising. Now we have to more than ever develop our intuition, listen to our own inner authority, come together in communities and collectives, create everything from businesses to communities where we gather and trust the sacred feminine and keep it alive. So Chiron just went direct in Mars, and that's the wounded healer. All right, so we talked about this last week because we had this powerful new moon. We're moving towards a full moon, and it'll be the first full moon of the year. And right now, that idea that the wounded healer healed, discovered it had the power to heal itself, that the wounds weren't wounds to hold it back, that you don't have to carry forever. Now, take that Mars energy. Mars in retrograde, that means it's subconscious. And now it's going in and it's talking to the wounded healer. Or is it talking to the healer? Or is it talking to the wounds? Or is it talking to the sage? Is it bringing power, the ability to stand up, to conquer your own world? Then Uranus goes direct. Uranus is all about change, awakening, disruption, and it wants so bad to go forward. All right. And so it's in retrograde right now. As we enter the new year, what does that mean? Well, that means that your awakening is in your subconscious. Your change, the disruptions in your life, the things that are going to be coming new, they're deep within right now. And they may be stirring things up, or you may not feel them yet. However, this no retrograde is going to be super fast forward time. Okay, so I want you to be realized, because it's going to last all the way through February into part of March, and then that Mars energy is really going to create some conflict, and we're going to need to be holding on to our women's divine sacred feminine energy within. So in 2023, the Tweety, this pendulum is swinging away from that small shift we had into women's rights, and it's going into the masculine. Now, I don't want this to dishearten you, because I'm giving you the deeper vision, and I'm giving you the power to choose, and I'm showing you there's a reason for this. This is more of like the old trying to go, oh no, the men are so, all this talk about women, and now men don't know who they are. And there's going to be this backlash of like, the men need help, or the masculine energy, or we need more war, or we need more control, or we need more laws, and we need to control everybody. Okay, we need to conquer people. We need to be the authority of people. So just realize that Pluto is going to go into Aquarius. It's a masculine sign. Neptune into Aries. It's a masculine sign. Jupiter is now in Aries. That's a masculine sign. And Uranus is going to go in Gemini. That's a masculine sign. So it's also a lot of new all at once. So all these things going direct, all these planets, a lot of these planets don't change for years, decades even. So this is a big shift. We know big shifts are happening, but we have to not get caught in the illusion. The Lemurians, everything we've heard today is don't get caught in the illusion. Remember to use the power and wisdom in your subconscious mind to choose. So what happens when people are pushed into change that they didn't plan? Or what happens to people who just have changed? Don't we have this little psychology thing that says, well, if you have one of these things happen, like you got married, or you moved, or you started a job, or you started school, or you got a divorce, like any change thing is a huge stressor. And then if you have more than one, it's a really big stressor. Well, just think about it. Out there in the world, there are people that don't have access to this information. Out there in the world, there's people who don't know what you know. They're not being given these spiritual weather reports. They don't even understand what we're saying. and they feel lost, and they are going to believe in the illusion. They're plugged into the matrix. They watch every second of the day and night, Facebook and news and on and on and on. Do not watch the news. Do not look at this stuff. Get off of it as much as is possible. And please, please realize you're feeding your brain, okay? The stronger you get in mastering your emotions and raising your vibration of your light body, the more you can walk through any of this and know you're aligned to your purpose. And that's what Thoth taught as Hermes. He was also Hermes. He wrote the Hermetic laws. He taught the Caduceus and science and medicine and chemistry. He's come back over and over throughout time to keep reminding us of who we are. Now, big energy shift and beginning in 2023 is Saturn moving into Pisces. So this is an example. Saturn stays in a sign for 2.5 years. That gives you a lot of time. Now, Saturn is in Aquarius right now. And Aquarius is a lot of things. It's very tech-oriented. It's very oneness-oriented. But it can be interpreted as, well, you have to do this for the greater good. You have to give up your freedoms for the greater good, even though aspects of Aquarius are about freedom. However, it is a masculine sign. And so Saturn is, in March, it's going to begin reading a Pisces script. I'm going to explain this in a minute. This is a cool way of thinking about it. Thank you, Donna Stellhorn. So when a planet, remember, a planet is what? It's a star, it's a conscious body, and it's in motion, and it has an effect on us. Its consciousness, its vibration, its aura, its particular personality, right, has an effect on us, the whole planet, everyone, whether they realize it or not, and the energies in the world. So when a planet is in or moving through a section, a sign, we call it, that relates to a sign like Pisces or Aries, it is the actor, okay? So I want you to start thinking the planet is the actor or the player, and the sign is the script. The sign is the personality, the assigned personality. And then those two play it out. So this is pretty weird when you think about Saturn and Pisces, and I'm going to show you why. The personality, the attitude, the theme, the quality of the script or the sign is now what the planet is acting out. So right now, Saturn is in Aquarius, and Saturn is what? It tends to be the disciplinarian, the strict authoritarian. It's wild when you combine something like that with Pisces, which is dreamy, no boundaries, intuitive, and there's a weird polarity here. Well, isn't that interesting that we're seeing a lot of polarities? We've been seeing this for a very long time. Many, many decades ago, I went to a channel named Banu, and he used to talk about you're going to see more and more polarity, more and more polarity, more and more polarity. And over the years, especially the last 5 or 10 years, I'm like, oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. And I keep thinking we're to the end of it. I didn't realize we could stretch to more polarities. So here's what's great. Here is a sign in, a planet in a sign that is the exact teacher of embodying polarities, right? So this is going to happen for 2.5 years starting in March. Very significant. So remember that the strict authoritarian actor is reading the Pisces dreamy, intuitive script, and very strange energies together. So you have to choose a higher authority. This is where your choice has to come in. This is where a lot of our guides and a lot of our cards have been speaking to us from these places, saying, you've got to remember you can choose. You've got to remember you can choose. You've got to remember you can choose. So Saturn is the strict authoritarian father figure, holds karma. Karma is all about feeling stuck, feeling burdened, feeling cursed, feeling like you'll never break free of that wheel, of that pattern. Of course you are, and you are completing. So that's another energy this year, is completion, more completion. So this is the strict karmic master that tells you what to do and gives you a disappointed look probably all the time. Saturn wants structure. It wants perfection. It wants you to do it again, do it again, do it again, get it right, clean it up. It's the Zen master that says wax on, wax off. Do it until you become an expert. You might not understand, why do I have to do this? You're being so mean to me. And then suddenly you stand up one day and go, wow, I'm the expert. Wow, I have a strong structure. Wow, I'm so glad I built this the right way. So Saturn could be telling you, come back, complete it, make sure you have a strong foundation. However, when it reads a Pisces script, what is that? The play of no boundaries with the person of boundaries, with the person of restrictions and rules? Wow. So how's that energy going to play out for you? Because that starts in March, but it's going to go for a while. So I want you to know you have a choice, despite whatever culture you come from, what gender you are, whatever you've been through, what collective mindset attitude is. Remember, always the group mind goes negative. So don't pay attention to what they're saying. Oh, this is a terrible thing. Everything's going backwards. 200 years for women. Nothing will happen that's right. Everything can change on a dime. Do not see the negative. Rise above it. Call on Thoth. Call on Aditi. And notice the tendency of that conditioned mind and the emotional body to jump into blame, to jump into judgment. You're wrong. I'm right. You do not have to do that, okay? You don't have to fall into their belief system anymore. So you can choose whether this Saturn energy for the next 2.5 years is going to be the authority over your psychic realm, because that's what Pisces is. And right when we're having our big psychic wake up, and some people unfortunately don't know what their waking up is. They think they're nuts and they're being put in mental institutions. I got this adorable comic the other day from one of my students, and it was I don't even know what the comic was, but it was just a picture of a man at a doctor sitting on the table. The doctor's holding, kind of like Thoth, how funny, holding a clipboard and making notes. And the guy says, I've been, oh, what does he say? It's so cute. Hang on, I've got to look it up. So despite this, the tendency means you don't have to go there, okay? So this is going to be where you get to choose. Do outside people get to have authority over your psychic realm, your soul gifts, your intuitive powers, and what the Lemurians just told us about, which is your awakened awareness? You have an opportunity, but you have to become the authority of your psychic realm. Okay? Are you going to let the sacred feminine rise within you despite the disapproval from the outside? Is this going to trigger a lot of information from the past when psychics and women and intuitive healers and witches were persecuted? I think it will. But to me, that's a cleansing, because I've been cleaning and clearing this stuff with clients for a long time now. And it's horrible because we've been so oppressed in the dark by not allowing each other, by disapproval within family and around it, that you shouldn't, who are you? You can't be psychic, or that's not true, or you're the devil, or blah, 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 blah. So are you going to choose to co-create a world in which the authority is the psychic? Or is the power of the authority outside saying, no, 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 you can't do that? What if we co-created a world where professional psychics are revered and become respected authorities? Be the authoritarian of psychic. As individuals, you can choose it. You can be the authority of your own psychic, intuitive, and dream realms, and you can have a strong, reliable Saturn. Build a structure for it. Think about what business, what service, what way of being, what family structure, what body, what do you want to build in your world? Saturn holds that rigid, very reliable structure. What if you said, okay, my choice is to align with my future, align with the reality, where this Saturn in Pisces means we become the authority of our own intuitive powers. And that's what you infuse into the world. Now, you're going to see duality. I just talked about the polarities widening, reactions triggering people, and it's supposed to say a burrito of love. So the divine, intuitive, dreaming world of love inside of the hard masculine tortilla is kind of how I see 2023. So any energy has polarities. You can harness one or be controlled by the other. So how does the Pisces mindset see the Saturn authority figure in your world? My beautiful friend Jackie one day taught me, people were complaining and saying, oh, people are like this and this is so bad. And she said, not on planet Jackie. So I want you to say, not on planet Nan, not on planet Akasha, not on my planet. I am not going through that again. And even if it looks like that on the outside, even if it looks like powers, don't worry about that stuff. Be you. So, Pisces is dreamy and intuitive. And so leaders, how does this affect leaders? Saturn is a leader, right? It's the authority figure. Okay, think of another way we could do this. Our leaders are very intuitive. What if you started to say, oh, wow, that means that our authority figures are going to become very intuitive because Saturn is in Pisces. I choose that reality. How about our leaders have no boundaries? That could be good or bad. They could be visionaries that take us in new places, that build vertical farms and put solar panels on top of everything instead of ripping them off the White House like some stupid leader did. And how about our leaders are not leaders? Because Pisces is kind of foggy and kind of doesn't see some things. What if you, no longer see the leaders? What if there's no leader, no authority? Then you have to go within for that. So remember that certain energies have come before. When we travel through, these are teachers. Pisces, these actors, we're calling them, Saturn, Jupiter. These are constellations around this planet that are portals. They are doorways. They are teaching. We've been through the Aquarius age before. It's relevant to realize what happened. When we went through the Pisces area before was the age of the rise of Christianity. It's why the symbol for Christ or Christianity is Pisces, is a fish. But it was also the rise of the victim. And I'm not insulting your religion. I'm just talking about the energies and the mindset of an era. Christianity brought the idea of Christ consciousness, or what I call crystal consciousness, which we are waking up to now. However, it got manipulated and it got burdened with a lot of fear and pain and judgment and persecution and Spanish Inquisition and so on. However, Pisces is about the underdog. It's about martyrs. It's about the victim. It's about the downtrodden and the poor. So could that be good, that the authority is coming back to the underdog? Saturn coming into Pisces? Is the authority coming back? Are we going to crucify some of our leaders? Yikes. Possible. We may see that. That's what happened in that time, right? We're crucifying these people, right or wrong. We're blaming those people. We're forcing people into one way of thinking, our way of thinking. So the dreamy, intuitive, no boundaries. Pisces also has that idea of things being hidden and not clear and fogginess. So maybe you can't see the authority. Maybe it disappeared to your consciousness. Maybe it is no longer a reality. Or maybe they're not seeing the victim. They're not being that. They're going into that authority over, that persecution mentality. All right. So if you focus on the collective, the new authority, the new system, or the new government, we could go into a victim-oriented one. We could go into one where the authority comes back to people who fight for the underdog. However, any polarity, if we say you're bad, you're good, or if we come back to a center where it's balanced, but we're not going to probably see a lot of that balance outside of us. This also opens boundaries. What if we decided, yay, we can let go of our karma, Saturn, with being a victim? We can let go of the karma of the chosen one, the messenger, over and over being the one that is killed and murdered by the authorities that take away the power. Maybe the authority can start to be us, and therefore there's equality, and there is no more underdog. In the past, other Pisces times, the Berlin Wall fell, apartheid ended, so barriers dissolve. The underdog rises back to their power. Now we've seen these small changes and then we go backwards, and then we see small changes and then we go backwards. So we have the small change, and if you look at Russia, I'm not talking about good, bad people or anything else. I'm just looking at the energy. Russia or Putin attacking Ukraine is the perfect description or energy of that masculine energy conqueror. I'm taking your stuff. I'm doing what I want. I'm creating everything. I'm the authority and I'm taking over. And we're seeing the underdog in Ukraine, right? And we're seeing the world react differently. Well, instead of we all just run to war, how about we start to put sanctions on Russia? How about we support Ukraine in different ways? Now, we have just given money for more war, disappointing. However, what we want to do is realize that if this is the time of the rise of the victim, then this is the time of our consciousness coming back. We are resurrecting the Christ consciousness, the crystal consciousness, the grid within you, your crystal grid of your pattern in your very light body. So we are already seeing some unions, really interesting, because they died a long time ago. We might see more collective-owned companies. Probably a lot of this will be done by women. We're going to see that. Are these messengers, right? Are you crucifying the messenger? Are you crucifying yourself? Are you being a martyr? Are you making a martyr out of someone else and then staying in the victim mode? Whatever you're doing to bring the victim mode in, please don't bring it in, because once we move into this energy, we need to what? Be at a higher perspective. We need to understand that we don't have to be stuck in that. I told you that I intuitively feel that the sacred feminine is rising. Already shared all of that. Now, another thing is Jupiter. Love Jupiter. It's my planet. It's the biggest planet. It's the planet of expansion and prosperity and abundance. However, we've also learned, if you've been with me for a while, that expansion can be expansion of anything, expansion of pain or fear or other things. So what we really want to do is understand that also the energy of Jupiter is the king of kings. It's not just the king. Aries. It's in Aries right now. Okay. That's a masculine sign. It's a headstrong sign. It's a I'm right. I'm the best. Fast forward. That's why we're really going to feel this energy. But in May, Jupiter goes into Taurus, and your inner king, right? It's that king energy that's going to be in your earth, in your wealth, in your relationships. Okay. So then versus Saturn, Jupiter is the king of kings. That means what? It's the higher authority of your higher authority, and this means that it's coming to earth. And right now it's in Aries, so use that expansion of your strength, your headstrongness, your ideas, your ability to speak up, to move forward, and with those energies in a few weeks. Now, remember, Saturn is Kronos, and Kronos in mythology wasn't really a cool guy. He ate his own children and blah, 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 blah. So we don't only see that in Kronos, but we're very careful around this energy, aren't we? Like any authoritarian parent who has total control over you. Now we're going to have Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is already here and it's in Aries. So remember, you can tap into that. I want to do it. I want to do a lot. I want to do this, that headstrong energy. But also watch for being aggressive. Watch for needing to say your voice. It's ruled by Mars, right? And so again, that's that conquering masculine energy. Are you trying to conquer others? Are you trying to change others? Are you held back by others? Or are you conquering your own fears? Are you conquering your own reality? Are you expanding your ability to stand up and move forward instead of create conflict where you are? Now in May, that's going to give us more relationship to those aspects. I'm going to share more this year about things like what does the full moon really mean, and why is an eclipse like that, and what is Mercury retrograde, or what does retrograde mean? And I'm going to talk about the transits. Transits define the year, eclipses define the year, and you look for those big things. If you're tracking your own chart, follow your moon day to day, week to week, because along with anything else, it has the most impact on you. But the transits, they don't cause anything, okay? They're just energy waves. It's like the way the tide goes out and the tide comes in. So when a transit happens, are you going to ride it like a pro surfer? Are you going to get up on top of that? Or are you going to let it crash over you, tumble you around, push you, carry you, whatever. If you're a swimmer, an ocean girl like me, I don't have those kind of waves here where I live. However, I did live in California. So Uranus, remember, wants change. But when it's in Taurus, that's an earth sign. So how do you change earth? You have a lava meltdown. You have a lot of rain. Water can create the Grand Canyon. Takes time though, right? And you also have the ability to plow that earth up. You're like dragging. It's like, I can't stop. Uranus is like, I can't stop. So where is your earth, your house, your home, your wealth, your job, your relationships, all the Taurus things? Look up more on that energy being plowed up or shaking, or you don't have, ground under you. You don't feel stable. That's okay. That's what's happening. That's what happens in a metamorphosis. And you need your reality to be shaked up. You do not need things to stay the same as much as you think you might need to. You do need a philosophy. You need a community. You need a belief to walk through this. You need to find yourself, your central channel. So please get the energy cleanses, come to the Intuition Awakening, do the Future Me with me. We're going to do at least 3 Intuition Awakenings this year, and they're separate from the original one. You can start right away. However, everything is designed for you to wake up, for you to activate, for you to realign, for you to cleanse, for you to detach, so you can move through this without being like, why does it feel like nothing is stable? I think I just got everything set up and this falls apart and that falls apart. Don't be in the 3D mindset, okay, versus the let's just say 5D mindset, because you're holding on to stuff and you're judging stuff and you want things to stay the same. March, you can tell. I've talked a lot about March, a lot about May, a lot about the beginning part of the year, because really we'll do another one of these maybe middle of the year about the other, but it's really what we want to focus on. March, those big energies, like we said, war. So it's the energy of that old idea of I have rights over you as a person, as a woman, as a body. I have rights over you as a country. I have to go out. I'm failing. I don't want to fail. I don't want to look bad. I'm a big authority figure. We're seeing now people are very aware now that these big important men on statues and these big people in history were not good people. Most of them were murderers, slave owners. They stole other people's stuff. Didn't mean that they didn't have certain things. Oh, this one started libraries. Good. But we have to remember we can't be worshiping people who created their upstanding status through murder, rape, pillage, and the kind of warlike attitudes and conflict. So those are coming to a head, and they are going to keep coming to a head to break that system down. You stay in the center of the burrito, being the soft, yummy, feminine filling, okay? We've got 3 direct turning planets, Mars on the 12th, Mercury on the 18th, Uranus on the 22nd. I told you, boom, boom, boom. So around the 22nd, all 3, movement, communication, change. Another, significant thing this year is, Mercury is retrograding in mostly earth signs. So again, think about that. That gives you a chance to change your inner landscape of money, of wealth, of security, of safety. We got a message from Joseph around doing that, using our power and wisdom in our subconscious mind wisely. And they're also, this year is about, coming year, redefining your wealth, your inner wealth, your self-esteem, and your identity. If Mercury is in retrograde, that means it is talking to your subconscious, and that means that underneath, the earth that's changing could be very powerful for success and freedom for you. Completion, release, so you can be free to stand tall, ready and willing out of the gate to create and build, start something new, build big, bold decisions. That energy is not going to continue all year, so take advantage of it through March. This is about gaining your independence, feeling and speaking more as the real you in your relationships and with your value. Now, another main player in our act here is Pluto. It stays 20 years per sign. It's the death and rebirth, right? Pluto is the god of the underworld. The underworld isn't bad. Death and rebirth is usually a feminine thing, but it is dying to the old identity, dying to the old world, dying to the old paradigm, and becoming new. Now it's moving from Capricorn into Aquarius. So Aquarius is very tech-oriented, oneness-oriented. So this big shift of Pluto staying 20 years in Aquarius, okay, so the age of Aquarius definitely is coming a little stronger. But we have to remember that it's a new perspective, especially for younger people. However, that also means the Aquarius imbalance of, oh, give up your freedom and your independence to become one. No. Go all tech. No. Go no tech. No. Balance, okay? We have the love goddess going retrograde. Self-love. Love within. Okay? We have new eclipse cycles that include the lunar nodes, which talk about your life path. So this is destiny stuff. Moving from Taurus, your life path being in Taurus, so that wealth and that earth and all of that. And Scorpio, being the opposite sign of Taurus, being that water sign that stings and goes deep, deep, deep subconscious. We're moving, your life path is moving from that this year into Aries and Libra. Aries is about the self. It's the first sign. It's that positive. It's that strong head forward energy. Don't go banging yourself on everyone else with your opinion. Turn it within. And Libra is balance, but it's also taking care of others. It's a very soft, beautiful energy. It's air. It's mind. So how will this play out? Just be love, okay? Be love. And that's it. So we're going to wrap up now, and I really don't have time for a meditation. I have some sessions here, so I got to find you. Here you are. Let me tune in to see. Okay, so they're saying that we're going to channel a nice meditation at another time, maybe for the first, looks like a new year. Right now, let's take a deep breath and tune into this beautiful energy and this sacred temple that we've spent time in, all the messages we've received, all the players that are acting out this for us to travel through this coming year. We give thanks to Thoth and to Aditi and to all of those beautiful divine energies that are holding and helping us find the path. This temple is a temple of the pineal. I welcome this into my life. I welcome the awakening of my inner eye, my thousand-petaled lotus, my pineal gland, my antenna. I welcome to become the authority of my inner intuition, my dreams, to break the boundaries and decide what are my boundaries and where do I not want boundaries? Where do I redefine my boundaries? We give thanks to the Lemurians for their beautiful messages to shine our light, and for Thoth and our star ancestors to walk with us, opening those new doors through Orion to the divine wisdom and life-giving aspects of ancient Egypt, Arcturus, Atlantis. We give thanks to this crystal kingdom, Gaia, our higher selves. And now I want you to receive this gift, pouring divine love down over you, around you. I am that I am, Ea Esher Ea. I enter this sacred year in reverence, connected to my divine infinite self, trusting that I know every step on the path will guide me and lead me. I receive the support of the divine guidance above and below, of the star answers. I receive the hidden secrets within me, within Gaia, within the stars, and within the past. I stand as a channel of light within any energy, divine love, infinite creation, sacred space. I am the creator of my reality, and I am ready and willing to travel through this year on the quest of my soul, guided and supported, ready for the adventure, exploration. I am light. I am love. I am infinite. And I step into this flow. So it is. Our palm portals now are being downloaded with all kinds of light crystal rays, crystals, clusters of clear crystals, very powerful ones. They're very dense. I feel like I'm holding pounds and pounds of crystals. Thank you, thank you. May this circle be open yet unbroken, and the peace, love, guidance, strength, power, release, completion go with me to be balanced and centered. I'm ready. I am my own authority. I am my own authority. I am my own authority. I am the authority of my intuition. I am the authority of my divine, sacred, feminine talents and gifts. I welcome, receive, respect, and accept them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, my darlings. Thank you so much. You're so welcome, Amy, Damaris, everyone. Mwah. I love you, I love you, I love you. I hope I see you. Come get a soul reading. Join the future me. It's the next intuition awakening that you can do, and it is coming up very soon. I love you so much. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Become the light of the world. Let's be the community that holds that soft feminine center. Namaste.